This game was the fourth game within the match of Fischer Taimanov in their candidates qualifiers match in Vancouver 1971. Now, the way it was set up was the first person to be 6 points ahead of their opponent would win the match. And so Taiman and just for the record, okay, we have Fischer, we have Taimanov, Mark Taimanov. Mark Taimanov was world number two at his peak. Just for the record, his peak was 1971. That's right now. He is world number two and he's crushing it, okay? Just want that to be let out a little bit. I got lost, I'm sorry. This he was not in any sort of like weakened state when he's playing this game. He had the full assistance of the entire Soviet Union because they hated Fischer. Fischer was their Achilles heel, and they were like, "We gotta get rid of this dude." So Soviets would like they would share information just about this one guy, and just like kind of like how the rest of us would talk bad about Lachlan when he's not here. No, not really. But But anyways, they would exchange information, and Mark Taimanov at this time. Okay, remember, world number two, he has, including but not limited to, Mihail Botvinnik's, which is current world champion. Person. No, I'm sorry, not current world champion level, but previous world champion. I'm sorry, I got confused. But Mihail Botvinnik's personal anti-Fischer files and strategy, like Fischer's opening repertoire, his psychological tendencies and game-by-game analysis of his recent play. Not to mention one of his seconds that he has, which a second is like you're a little helper or chess, like, hey, play this opening. Hey, don't get into this kind of middle game. That like they would analyze that kind of stuff while you just focus on like your tactics and like you would just study endgames in general. They would kind of guide you in that way. But one of his seconds was Yuri Balashov, whom had published an entire dissertation on Bobby Fischer's play and style, and was considered the Soviet Union's foremost expert. And since the Soviets were like the chess giants that they were, it is safe to say that he was the world's foremost expert on Bobby Fischer's play and style, other than Bobby Fischer himself, but that's a different story. Now, in this match, okay, remember when I said like the first person to 6 points in the match, 6 points ahead would win? Well, in this match, Fischer won 6-0. Not even a draw. Bro didn't even let him have a draw. Number two in the world, got paid to play chess, and he got paid a really huge check just so he doesn't have to like spend any time on a part-time job. He has a full back into the Soviet Union, literally the world's best backing him up. He's already like world number two, and then just creamed, creamed like cream cheese. Anyways, what am I? Oh yeah, and in this match, this 6-0 match was part of Fischer's legendary 20-game win streak. Which, by the way, he's not playing like randos. He's playing world number two. He's playing Michal Buffanik, Smyslov, those kind of folks, you know. I think Petrosian too, maybe. Now, after all these resources his country put into him, and Taimanov still couldn't beat even like draw Fischer once. He was actually disowned by the entire Soviet Union after his humiliating defeat. And he even wrote a book of how Fischer ruined his life and career indirectly because of it. But I'm just telling you, y'all, the man was brilliant and played chess like a boss, okay? He was amazing at chess. He just wasn't Bobby Fischer. Now, with all that backing, let's get into this game. And let's see how Fischer kind of dismantles like the planet of chess and just takes down the supergiant. So we have e4 played, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes, knight takes, queen to c7. Now, not the most common move, queen to c7 in the Sicilian, but it is played in a lot of top level games. So just so y'all know, it's weird. Like y'all should play this because like everyone plays a Night Orf at like non-master level. So just like if you play a Sicilian, try this move out. Okay. Yo, this chat is blowing up. Whatever. Anyways. Knight to C3, E6 is played. G3, A6, bishop to G2, knight F6, castles, knight takes, queen to C5, bishop F4. Y'all, coach had fun. Okay. Coach had fun with the little signs and arrows and whatever in this game. Okay. Coach had fun.
Just something you said. When coach is having fun with arrows, you are in a good position.
Yes, that is very true. That's very true. Actually, I need someone to type that in the chat. Thank you, David. Someone type that in the chat for me, okay? That is a really necessary thing, and it's very, very real. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so check this out. Taimanov plays d6. Now, why don't we play bishop takes d4, you may ask? Okay, bishop takes, b takes c3, d5, e takes d5, knight takes, bishop e5. Now, white is verging on winning in all this activity. Again, when coach is having fun with arrows, you're in a good position. Like, dude, look at that. These are some nice arrows right there. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Anyway, that's why we don't just like take, okay? Whenever you see a good move, like taking this good move, all right? When you see a good move, you look for a better one, okay? Now, so, oh, I'm sorry. We also have queen takes f4 because we're spicy sometimes. Queen would take on c5, 8, queen h6 would be played, and rook a to d1. Now, black is completely lost in this situation with all his weaknesses and inactivity. Like, just look at all these the dark squares in this position. That is nasty. Ellie! What are you doing? What is that in the chat? Anyways. Okay. That is a Gen Alpha right there. I'm sorry. That's what that is. All right. So as you can see, we have all these weak squares. We have all this activity. Black literally has nothing. When coach is having fun with arrows, you're in a good position, okay? I don't think I've ever... I think I came up with that, so yeah, I get to be quoted on that, whatever. It doesn't matter. So, queen at f4. I mean, bishop to f4 is played, and d6 is played instead because of those other moves being wrong, and queen to d2. Now, one of the interesting reasons why queen to d2 is played instead of all the way back, queen to d1, okay? Like what? Okay, like, it's nice. It's not bad. All right. We have two moves here, okay? Well, what is this? Somebody give me some on this. Hey, look, we have two different moves. Okay. What what's the real difference? Somebody give me what's the real difference? Okay, I respect that one keeps the rooks connected. No, stop roasting Ellie. Just focus on the thing, okay? Queen D2 or Queen D1, what's the difference and why? Okay, well, all right, so Ellie's been in Montana a little too long. Now, check this out. If we go Queen to D1, well, I'm sorry. No. Yeah. Did I not put that down? Okay. The Queen to D1, Knight comes around, okay? And say, I don't know, some sort of developing move. Rook slides. Knight comes up, okay? Now we're having some real nasty activity. Okay. So knight a4, attacking the bishop. Okay. Castles. But check this out. Check this out. If no, oh, I'm sorry. No, I did that wrong. Castles, and then black is in like somewhat of a good position. Yes, this is a weak pawn, but guess what? If we trade, oh look, no more weak pawn. Okay, we can manage out of this. All right. Queen d2 is played instead. So now if knight d7 will be inaccurate as of rook a to d1, we're putting extra pressure on the pawn. Knight to e5. Now, knight comes around. Castles. Queen to c3, creepy crawling, and now white is has a really, really big edge. Okay, we got some pieces we're gonna attack. We have pawns to attack. Yo, coach is having fun with arrows. All right. Listen, every time you're trying to make a move, just think, will coach have fun with arrows if I were to play this? Just think that your chess is gonna go up 30 points, okay? That's like it. Okay. H6 is played instead. Rook A to D1 from before we're attacking a weak pawn. E5 is played. Okay, look. This guy's a weakness. Okay, we don't like him. We don't like D6. Okay, he's a pain. It's like that one little brother that's like, yeah, you love him, yeah, but like at the same time, like, did mom really need to have four kids? Like, anyway, whatever. Anyway, but anyway, so like E5, yeah, we got to deal with it, okay? So we push E5. We are weakening things, okay? Having that said, this bishop is really, really not the best, okay? We're hindering the bishop to the point where it's like, okay, it gives us compensation for this weakness. Bishop to E3 is played. And oh my, here we go. Here we go. So check this out, y'all. Check this out. Castles were being inaccurate right now because guess what? Bishop takes, D takes, and then Queen D6, and now we're infiltrating on the sixth rank. We just have a whole lot of activity. Okay, that's not nice. That's not good. That's not good. Nobody wants that. Bishop to E3 would bishop takes on E3 would just be a mistake because F takes E3. You did not see that coming. I dare you. You did not see that coming. You said you see that coming. You lied. That's what you did. F takes E3 because coach is having fun with arrows, y'all. Coach having fun with arrows. We got the F file open up. We got the D file open up. We are attacking the center like crazy. Our knight is doing a really good job at threatening that D5 square. Keep pinning down the F6 knight, okay? If king were to go to E7, just rook takes F6 and then king takes and then that's a check. Or if, say, like, if G were to take on F6, king, knight to D5 anyways, and we don't care, all right? So, someone say that's amazing. Okay, in the chat, say how I'm right. Like, yeah, that's good. I like that. Thank you, thank you. Lady Ellie, second in command. I like that. I like that. That's cool. Thank you, thank you. All right. Anyways, I didn't play it. Fischer played it. I wish I played it. So this isn't a half bad this isn't a half bad drawback. Okay. Bishop to G4, because when you are in any position, losing, winning, whatever, you go for as much tempo as you want. Okay. Oh, Lady Ellie, what are you doing? Anyways, somebody guess the next move. I dare you. I dare you. Guess the next move. You're not gonna get it. Unless you peek, but whatever. You're not gonna get it. Somebody guess the next move for me. Queen takes D6. No. We're being spicy, not crazy. You got to know the difference between spicy and crazy. Okay, spicy means like something very unique in a very dynamic fashion. Crazy is that same thing except with a splash of stupid. Okay, there's a difference. Now, okay, I got B3. Where did B3 come from? A4? A3, B4, knight D5, knight S5. What is that? Okay, I got F3, I got rook D. Okay, check this out. I got some F3s. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I love y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. F3 doesn't work here. Because black intends to follow up with bishop takes on with follow up bishop G4 with the bishop takes, queen takes, and now black has made complete equality. This was actually the intention of Mark Taimanov, world number two, who has everything that the Soviet Union has against Fischer. You just played bro's move, okay? Congratulations. Give you a little clap, all right? I love it. Anyways, but Bobby Fischer just said no and like magic. He plays bishop to takes on c5. Like, yo, tell me that's not awesome. Come on. Come on, everyone. That's awesome. Okay, okay. Well, if bishop takes, then bishop takes. Queen to b6, rook takes d1, rook d8, knight slides over, queen slides over, queen to b unpinning, queen takes, and bishop f3. And check this out. King's in the center. The knight and the rook aren't doing anything with black, so that's like weird. And literally every piece that white has is fine, all right? It's like +5 according to the engine. Did you not? Like that's crazy. Okay, we got the bishop pair. All right, and let's face it, it's gonna be in an open position sooner or later. All right, like that's crazy. Blue is just something to note at. It's not like anything different. Red is like, oh, that's a threat. But blue and green are like I use them interchangeably. I just use them like make it spicy, you know. Anyways. So Taimanov saw all that. So D takes on C5. Okay, we just had a bishop exchange with a rook hanging in it. That doesn't matter. And now F3. Now, the G2 bishop, okay? Mark second, Yuri Balashov. Is it Balashov or Bashalov? Hold up. I gotta figure this out. I can't just butcher it. Balashov, okay. Yuri Balashov. He was the one who originally stated that Bobby Fischer does not have a single bad piece in all of his games. All of his pieces are fine, okay? And whenever he does get a bad one, he trades it off. So what's this? What are those? Coach Daniel, you remember when everyone used to say that? What are those?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like what? That was funny. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, anyway, well, kind of funny, but whatever. So it's like, yo, what are we doing here? What are we doing with that? So if check this out. If the f3 pawn is hindering the bishop, but was it actually good on this diagonal? Was this e3 pawn, I mean e4 pawn ever gonna move? Like, do we really have a future here? Like, no, we're gonna move it anyways. Okay? F3 doesn't matter, okay? Bro is already gonna go to reroute, okay? Like we were already gonna do that. Okay? So piece retreats like rook d to e1, like you don't do that, okay? Like that is not something that there should be two things, okay, going on in your head when you see rook d to e1, okay? Number one, that shouldn't go on your radar, okay? You shouldn't even be thinking about it. Like, nah, nah. Number two, okay, you don't want to move a perfectly good piece that like, hey, look, I'm on an open file. Hey, look, I got a really good square for you. Hey, we're also coordinating with the queen. How about that? And then just throw it all away with bishop d to, I mean, rook d to e1. Like, come on, what are you doing? Like, look, you're hitting granite. You're not gonna go anywhere. Like, come on. Like, well, we're gonna go back. We already did that. We were already there. Like, no, you're not going to do that. No, you're going to push F3. You were going to reroute the bishop anyways. Okay, you're going to defend your piece placement as well as your pieces. Okay, bishop to E6 is played by Taimanov, and Fischer plays F4. We're attacking the center very well here. Now, wait a minute, wait a minute. Didn't we just play F3 to kick away the bishop on G4? Why did we play Bishop F4? Can somebody tell me like why it would be considered unwise to play Bishop G4 all over again? Like why would we ever do that? In the chat, tell me. Hmm. Close, close. Okay, okay. Head sewer Paxson. Okay, I got you. Bishop f3, because then I could trade off the light square. But all right, all right. Okay, we'll check this out. If bishop were to go to g4, queen actually comes to d6 instead. Queen takes, rook takes. Now the bishop isn't doing anything in life. Rook slides over, rook takes, king takes, f5. Coach is having fun with arrows again. That bishop is trapped. And Lady Ellie, second in command, has some lore, I think. Hmm, that's funny. Oh well. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I like those quotes. Those are fun quotes. So, yeah, that bishop's just gone. We're gonna push h2 to h3 and then h3 g3 to g4 and then that's just going to be bishop. So actually we hang a bishop if we do that. Rook to d8 and knight d5 is played instead. So white forces a trade because black cannot just allow such a powerful knight. And bishop takes on d5. E takes on d5. Now we got a pass pawn. That can easily become a protected pass pawn with c4, which is really nice. But right now, e takes f4 will be met with rook d to e1, and coach is having fun with arrows again. Okay, well, if we castle away from this situation, d6 is played, bishop and queen to b6, and then f takes e5, and coach is having fun with arrows and a protected pass pawn pair. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Somebody. Ugh. So e4 is played instead, avoiding all that nonsense. Now, okay. We have an inaccuracy. Okay, Fischer was highly praised for rejecting the obvious like e6. Like any like normal person would like they're like, hey, let's just push the pawn. Like any normal person would do that. And like it's not crazy bad, but like okay, queen comes up, rook comes around, castles, bishop takes, check, and then king slides over, takes, queen slides, goes up, check, king f2, queen takes. And actually this is very playable and it's actually winning for white. But like all right, it's not the best move in the position, okay? D6, okay, you could also play C4 instead, like solidifying the pawn, and it is actually hard to understand why Fischer rejected C4, as it is a solid choice for white. So king would slide castles, rook would slide over, rook would slide over. You're getting ready to double, queen side's attacking, you know? And here, if, say, instead we had queen to d6, rook slides over, and then that's just winning because the queen infiltrates, and we're just going to go get him. So rook would solidify instead. The pass pawn double up, you know, queen would come up, bishop would take our free pawn because you know what, that's our pawn. And knight takes, rook takes, queen takes, rook takes, queen to a5, and we got kind of got the same situation going on again, except now we got way less pieces on the board, and that pass pawn is powerful. So you know, like that's only like what, 8 moves? You know, Fischer could have seen that. I can't, but Fischer can. Anyways, y'all. Rook F E1. Somebody. Rook F E1. Ain't nobody gonna see that. Okay, that's crazy. Rook F E1. Okay, so Rook takes on D5. Now, just to be clear, if knight takes, then like bishop takes, and that's like it. Okay, that's good game. Have fun. Uh, rook takes, rook takes. King slides over, okay? Because guess what? If king were to slide f8, then rook to e8, somebody. King takes, bishop takes, knight takes, and that's we're just winning here. But if like knight were to take instead, then just queen takes d5, and that's also winning. So whatever. Yeah, those were some nice rook sacks. Anyways, cool. That's why king to d8 was played by Mark. And queen e2. So if queen takes e5, you know, Fischer likes sacrificing stuff. So queen takes, and then there you go. And that slides around. Actually, if b6 were to be played, this is actually really cool. Bishop would go to h3 with check. King slides over. Rook attacks queen because he can. Why not? Queen slides down, and then rook e7, and that's just good game. Okay, that's coach having fun there. I love arrows. I love arrows so much. But Move slides over, but it can be refuted with just rook takes and then queen to b6, and that's like it really for white. He really has nothing after that. I just thought it was a really interesting variation, so I'd show you if like if if that queen b6 and like that's just it. Okay, you saw how fast that was? Hold on. The difference between king slides over and b6. You saw how fast that was, right? Like just one little move. Okay, I have tempo. Okay, I have tempo because I'm defending now. I'm attacking. Okay, I have a one game. You saw how fast that was. That was crazy. All right. I just sorry. Sidetrack. Anyways, whatever. Queen to e2. All right. Rook takes e1, queen takes e1, queen to d7. Now, still got a lot of game left over. This is going to be a two-parter, okay? And here's what I want you to do. But before we move on, here's what I want you to do. I want you to evaluate end game, all right? Would white benefit from it? Would white not want to trade queens? What is going on, and how would white want to
White would
proceed?
want to trade queens because white's basically a rook up because that black rook ain't doing nothing.
I'm so proud of you. That's good. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although rook could slide in later, okay, but it would cost a little bit of tempi. All right, but I respect that a lot. Okay, someone else give me something. Coach, any thoughts on it or anything else that's
Yeah, so
gone
I,
over?
I think because you've got pawns on both sides of the board, the bishop is going to be preferable to the knight as well in an endgame. So I think simplifying and taking the pieces off and going down closer to just bishop against knight would be good for white.
Yeah, sweet, awesome. Now we're gonna take a little pause here. Okay, what move are we in? We are in move 22. This game is 70 moves long. Okay, we're gonna
Wow.
go to a part two. I didn't make the second half this dense. It was just like a really long grind in general, but there's hamburger squad forever. Thank you very much.